Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews, Action Movie Night. Tonight's review is Live and Let Die.
So this 1973 film marked a new era for the James Bond films because it was the era of Roger Moore starting. And I think Roger Moore was a perfect choice to take over the reins from Sean Connery. He had played a very similar character to Bond anyway with Simon Templar in The Saint. And he was great in that role. So, it's a natural next step to bring him in to play Bond. And I think he just brings such a coolness and such a suave, debonair air about him that it's just, he's great. And for a while as a youngster, he was my Bond. He was the Bond I knew growing up. I had not seen the Sean Connery films really until later. The Roger Moore films were the ones that I watched most of the time and everything, and I just absolutely, loved him. Now, later on, I did grow to appreciate Sean Connery a lot more by going back and watching those films. But as a kid, this was my Bond. Now, the rest of the cast in this is excellent as well. You have Jane Seymour as Solitaire, and she is a pretty good Bond girl. I don't think she's the best because, unfortunately, the story doesn't give her a lot to do, and that's a sad, situation for a Bond girl. You want most Bond girls really get a chance to shine. I don't think Jane Seymour's character here gets to shine at all, unfortunately. And that's a shame. And you've got an excellent villain with Yaphet Kotto as Kananga. And he is just so... he's almost equally suave and debonair as Roger Moore, so he makes a perfect enemy to be facing him. The only negative I have about this one is the sheriff character that they include, as played by Clifton James, and he just doesn't feel like he fits in to a Bond film. To be honest, he feels like he more fits in to a Smokey and the Bandit movie, even though this film predated Smokey and the Bandit by a few years. But yeah, he just feels that like he belongs in that kind of a film instead of a Bond film. And then, of course, you have Geoffrey Holder as this voodoo priest that works with Kananga, and he's awesome in scenes he's in, but there's a moment I'll tell you later where I think he could have been used a lot better in the story. And then, of course, you have David Hedison as Felix Leiter, and this is his first portrayal of the character of two. He's one of the very few that played Felix Leiter more than once. And after Jack Lord, David Hedison became my favorite Felix Leiter. He's just so cool as the character. I really love him as the character. Gloria Hendry's Rosie Carver is the first African-American Bond girl to actually get romantic with Bond. And that would be a really cool thing for this character. And like I was saying before, this points to Geoffrey Holder. And she turns out to be like this weird double agent. So she's not fully working with the CIA. She's working with Kananga as well. And the reasoning behind it is because she is superstitious and she's scared of him. And I think that would have worked a lot better if she would have been just portrayed as a full-on, good, tough, female character that was actually working with Bond, and then, midway through the movie, have Geoffrey Holder's character use his voodoo on her to put her in a hypnotic state and make her end up turning on Bond and working with Kananga then, like that. Now, that would have worked a lot better than what we got. I think her character got a disservice in this film by making her such a scared character. So that was not a very good move by the Broccoli's. And another move that wasn't a very good move, they brought back Bernard Lee and Lois Maxwell, but they did not bring back Desmond Llewellyn as Q. Now, their explanation of why they didn't do this was they wanted to move Bond away from the gadgets. Bond is all about the gadgets. You can't have it without Q. Q is just too important to the story. And leaving him out of this, I would have much rather they would have left out the sheriff character. Even though I do like Clifton James, I would have much rather saw Desmond Llewellyn in this instead of James. One other thing that I really love about this film is the theme song by Paul McCartney. It is one of my, I have two really big favorite theme songs for James Bond, and this is one of them. And it is just, I absolutely love this song. It just fits the film, and I love how the actual music uses notes from it throughout the film. It's just a perfectly done theme song in here. So, with that being said, my final review for Live and Let Die from 1973. I am going to give this film a 8.9 out of 10. God, this one could have been a 10 out of 10 had they just put Q in, left out that goofy sheriff that seems like he should be in another movie, and did something better with Rosie Carver for her turn. Don't just make her this double agent, But with all the voodoo in there, they could have done a hypnotic plot twist there and everything, which would have been cool. But they didn't do it. But what do you guys think of Live and Let Die? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video comes out, it will go on to the Plus area for all Plus members to view prior to it going on the channel for all of their subscribers. So if you want to get interactive and help me to get more reviews for movies or TV series or even a ranking video, become a Plus member. Well, that's it for another action movie night. If you missed last month's action movie night, click the link right up here. And if you've missed any of our other videos, check out this playlist and get caught up.